My fellow 2013 graduates, we have come to the day where we have opened a new chapter in our life. Today is the day where we recognize turning the page is the best feeling in the world because we have so many new opportunities waiting for us in our next chapter. Let it be known that our time is limited. Know who you are and be it. And know what you want and go for it. True greatness is something we carry deep within our hearts. When we give that piece of greatness to someone else, they are able to walk away with a sense of inspiration. Brashier has inspired us. This school and all of our individual experiences have allowed each one of us to walk away with their own sense of greatness. That being said, it is now our duty to go out and inspire others. Inspire them to reach beyond their normal standards, just as Brashier has taught us to redefine ourselves and live beyond normal standards. So now we are able to move on into our future with a sense of pride and courage. There are many paths to be traveled in life, and Brashier has led each one of us a unique path towards success and towards greatness. Think about it, where would we be without this school? Where would we be without each other? In an almost indescribable way, we have truly come together this year as a class. Being such a small class, we have all had the opportunity to interact with one another on a personal level. Do you realize this is the first class that Brashier has had that has 100 graduates? Our class as a whole has come together to integrate its different characters and backgrounds. This school, our school, has given us boundless opportunities. We all must pursue an extraordinary life. Let's each take the courage to reach higher and chase our greatest potential. Through our real-life college experiences and senior projects and our self-growth, we have learned to appreciate the discipline it takes to tap into our maximum capability and to reach our highest potential. That being said, while we move on in our life, you don't necessarily have to see the whole staircase in order to take your first step. Our past 4 years have involved some of the most memorable and influential moments of our lives. Individually, our experiences here are unique, but together, we share a common bond as a class of 2013. I would like to formally welcome the faculty, family, and friends to the class of 2013 graduation. And to my graduates, it gives me great pleasure welcoming you to your new chapter in life.
Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Let us bow our heads in prayer. We thank you for blessing us this evening with the opportunity to celebrate our past achievements and our future endeavors. We thank you for guiding us through both the simple and the difficult times of our high school accomplishments, and we hope and pray you will continue to guide us towards the goal you have planned for us. May we continue to prevail and grow in the upcoming years towards the ideal you set for us, to affect others around us positively, and continue to use the talents and skills you have blessed us with in order to serve you always. Whether we are attending university, serving in the military, going directly into the workforce, or collecting our last few college courses from 13th year, may we never forget the lessons we have learned from the teachers who diligently serve us daily, and our friends and peers whom we have been able to enjoy this developmental time with. Protect and steer these graduates to achieve success through the rest of their lives while continuing to honor and praise you. Amen.
I stand before you, excited to see our biggest graduating class ever. You've successfully navigated high school and finished with a complete class of 100. Nearly every one of you will set off for college in just a few months. A few of you will serve our country in the military, and a few others will enter the workforce and begin shaping our community immediately. Today, as I look at you, your family, your friends, the Brashier staff, I think of the tremendous possibilities that you will encounter. You will face opportunities to improve lives of many through a profession, through a volunteer opportunity, through a friendship, or through a simple act of kindness. You have more pathways in front of you than any other generation. The question is, will you accept the challenges that will face you along the pathway you choose? Life is not easy, and success does not come to those who do not engage, persevere, and commit to action. So this is a call to action. Will you answer the call? Will 100 graduates stand tall together and make our community, our state, our country, and maybe even our world a better place? Kurt Vonnegut said in his novel, Mother Night, "We are what we pretend to be, so we must be careful what we pretend to be." Pause for a moment and think about that quote. Too often we get caught pretending to be what others expect from us, or pretend to be what we think others want us to be. It is that charade that blinds us to who we really are. So be bold and be who you are, because if you pretend too long, you'll lose yourself and simply become a lie. I call you to action to be true to yourself. A simple cliche says, talk is cheap. There are millions of people walking among us today that simply say what they would do or even what they could do. And they're quick to analyze a problem and tell you what you are doing wrong. But the question is, when it's time to start talking and start doing, can you step up? Can you act? Carl Jung, a famous psychologist, said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." When this school opened, we told parents, students, and community members what we were going to do. As you entered Brashier as a freshman class in a beautiful building and watched our first graduates complete high school in 2010, you were part of a tremendous action. The board and staff were committed to fulfill the talk that we had started in 2006 in a small gym in downtown Greenville. That action was not always easy. And I didn't even know your names on the first day of school in 2006, but I was preparing the school for you. I felt a call to action. I want you to have that same feeling. I want you to be called to action. And by now it should be evident that I'm challenging you to act, not pretend, to talk, but not talk, but to do something. Theodore Roosevelt said, "In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing, but the worst thing you can do is nothing." I would go on to say that no matter what the decision is, you must do it with conviction. You must do it with a purpose, focused on your beliefs, because the pathway before you will not be smooth. Have courage and anchor yourself in your beliefs. Be sure you know what you believe, and be bold in those beliefs. Believe in something and act. And if you don't know what you believe, spend precious time with your family and build that belief. Build that anchor. The storms before you will throw a lot of distractions your way. You must weather that storm, anchored to the security of who you are and what you believe. I'll have to admit, I've never read a Nicholas Sparks book. I really haven't. But someone shared a quote with me from one of his books, and he wrote, "In the end, people should be judged by their actions, since in the end, it was actions that defined everyone." You have ended high school with a lot of momentum, a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of support from your family and your teachers. Now it's your time to prove yourself through action. I hope that you've heard several points. Don't pretend to be something you're not. Talk less and act more. Know what you believe and anchor yourself to those beliefs. And finally, as the Nike Corporation tells us, just do it. Just do something. Just make the biggest thing you've ever done become reality. Thank you.
Steve Jobs once said, and most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you want to truly become. Everything else is secondary. Good evening, parents, teachers, friends, and fellow graduates, and welcome to Brashier Middle College's 2013 graduation, the moment we thought would never come. Over the course of the school year, we counted down the days and complained about how far away it seemed to be. But finally, here we are, excited and ready to graduate. I feel like this particular quote by Steve Jobs embodies our time as a class at Brashier, as we courageously followed our hearts and intuitions in moving towards our bright and promising futures. It is my goal today to tell you how we personify this quote as a single, unified graduating class. As Steve Jobs stated, we must have courage. Courage is going into a new school, wearing black and khaki proudly. Courage is taking college classes in high school because you have the drive and determination to do so. Courage is walking into a room full of senior project judges when all you want to do is run away. It occurred to me about a month ago while I was sitting in econ class that we are the last class of the original 4 classes of Brashier to successfully graduate. Please consider that fact for a moment. No other class from this moment on will ever be able to say that they were part of the original 4 classes. Not only that, but we are the first class to spend all 4 of our high school years in the new building. We are and will forever be part of Brashier's starting history. If courage is not going into a fairly new school in which you can take college classes alongside actual college students, I don't know what is. And that is why I consider our class to be truly courageous. Steve Jobs also stated that we must follow our hearts. I asked several seniors what they thought it meant to follow your heart. Kiara, Lindsay, and Tyler Quinn defined the true meaning perfectly. Kiara answered, I think it means that sometimes your head and your heart disagree. Your head is full of other opinions, while your heart is full of what you truly want. If you want what you desire in life, follow your heart. And Tyler explained, well, everyone has a dream, that one thing they've always wanted to do. But fear gets the best of them, or even people's opinions. But when you follow your heart, nothing else matters. Following your heart means you are not holding back, following your passions and pursuing them wholeheartedly. Now in that very same econ class in which I just realized that we were part of the original 4 classes, Mr. Roberts asked us what we wanted for our future careers and why. While my fellow senior classmates called out many diverse careers, geneticist, sports analyst, engineer, fashion designer, and for me, veterinarian, I realized we all have different dreams, and that is beautiful. If attending Brashier has taught us anything, it is that anything is possible if we work hard enough for it. In fact, we chanted the mantra, hard work pays off, on the first day of freshman year. This leads me to my third and final point, which is to follow your intuition. It's my perception that all of us have taken a multiple choice test at one point in our lives in which we were unsure which letter choice to mark for our answer. You mark one answer thinking it's right, but then you change your mind at the last second thinking your guess is wrong. But when you finally get your test back, you are disappointed to discover that you had been right all along. You should have followed your heart and gut and intuition. As hard as it may be, we should not second guess ourselves. Brashier has given us the opportunity and the ability to choose whatever path we want to take in life. But Brashier has also taught us that it is okay to change our minds, that it is okay to make mistakes, so long as we learn from them. Brashier has taught us how to adapt and excel in whatever we do. We chose paths based on what we want to make of ourselves, what we want in life, our heart's desires. And we must not lose sight of that. When times get tough and we want to give up and take the easy way out, we must remember to persevere in order to make our dreams come true, because hard work does in fact pay off. In conclusion, today we are taking our first steps towards the rest of our lives as individuals. I know that all of our dreams will carry us in different directions, but I also know that when we come together for our class reunion some number of years down the road, we will be as close as ever. We've experienced so many memorable moments together. That time we stole the spirit stick, that time when we posted our college acceptances on Instagram, that time we made the Harlem Shake video, and that time we all breathed a collective sigh of relief when we finished our senior project presentations. We have spent the last 4 years of our lives together. We have seen each other grow physically, mentally, and emotionally. We have also made a few lifelong friends along the way, and have had a few life-changing teachers that have truly inspired us. I am sure I speak for all of us when I say that we will always carry a piece of Brashier with us, no matter where we go in life. Brashier has given us the amazing opportunity to dream big, to shoot for the stars, to follow our heart's desires, and to follow our intuitions. As Steve Jobs said, your heart and intuition somehow already know what you truly want to become. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2013.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like first off to welcome you all to such an important and celebratory event, and to also thank you for being here to support these 90-plus seniors, soon to step across the stage and into the beginning of their lives. I'd like to give a special thanks to the families who helped steer us in the right direction and rear us well. Thank you for providing the support and encouragement that allowed us to strive towards graduation, to continue, and eventually end in victory. An incomprehensible thank you to the teachers and faculty of Brashier Middle College for all of their hard work that has taken us this far. Surely high school, especially senior year, would have been horrific lacking the proper instruction of these teachers and administrators sitting here before me. I'm sure I speak on behalf of all the seniors when I say that your lessons have been deeply valued and greatly appreciated. Know that what you have taught this class will not be wasted. One of the most important lessons I've learned throughout high school was individuality, the journey from who am I to who I've become. You won't find a greater and bolder emphasis on self-identity anywhere other than high school. With the middle school years now over, what you say matters. What you look like matters. How you dress matters. Who you hang out with matters. What your interests are matters. What family you come from matters. What your eye color is matters. These are all treated as factors that create personality. And the spectrum of personality in high school is at its widest. People are now too different to be considered one and the same. People are now too different to be considered similar. We're all too different to get along. But not this class. Not here at Brashier. I look out into the mass of seniors and immediately see people of all kinds. Those of varying race, gender, personality. Those with different backgrounds, hobbies, interests. Every single one of you is different. But what is strikingly phenomenal is the level of respect among us all. We openly acknowledge our differences and willingly accept that it's okay for things to be that way. Musicians can be musicians without being mocked. Dancers can be dancers with no fear of being ridiculed. Nerds may be nerds with their respect. Athletes can be athletes. Artists can be artists. Bakers can be bakers. Skateboarders can be skateboarders. Singers can be singers, and gamers can be gamers. We have all sorts of combinations of these and more in just this class alone. Yet you all sit there comfortably in your seats, unaffected by which one of those characterizes the person sitting next to you. Here at Brashier, you can truly be who you want to be. You can truly be yourself, and it will be deemed okay, as you all are demonstrating now. It's this so what attitude that really captures the spirit of small class sizes and the grand old Bengal pride. You get to see true personal interaction between students and faculty alike. Everyone really does become one big family. Students jump unique yet similar hurdles, both academically and personally. And watching other peers, or even teachers and faculty, to help these students overcome these various obstacles is truly encouraging. We've all seen it happen. We've all had someone to help us as we go through tough times. Administrators that care about you, and students that accept you for who you are. It's this warm-hearted and nurturing environment in which students can truly excel, where students can achieve high levels of performance, where students can tap into their true potential and truly make something greater. We passed our required classes, and not with subsatisfactory or mediocre grades, but with an 80% or higher. If this mob of 90-plus seniors passing their classes with an 80% or higher isn't students truly excelling, isn't students achieving high levels of performance, isn't students tapping into their true potential and making something great of it, then frankly, I don't know what is. Acceptance is key in performance. Think about how much more dreadful grocery shopping would be if people always looked at you with disgust. Or think about how awkward it would be at family reunions if no one in your family liked you or approved of your beliefs. Now in the same way, think about how much easier it is to do your best in school when acceptance from those around you is not an issue. Full effort cannot be put toward a task if the setting in which you are performing the task is not optimal. It doesn't matter how great of a musician or dancer or athlete or artist or baker or skateboarder or singer or gamer you are. If no one accepts you for who you are, encourages you, and helps you when you need it, you simply will not shine as bright as you can, not until you're in the proper environment. So first, thank you again to the teachers and faculty at Brashier Middle College for being the supportive and inspiring adults who have guided us and taken us this far in such little time. And lastly, thank you to my peers, the class of 2013, for your merciful tolerance. You've all taught me many things in life, the biggest being acceptance, being able to see the differences in the character of many, and not only tolerate them, but to accept them, respect them, and even value those differences. Thank you for accepting me for who I am. Thank you for respecting my opinions and beliefs. Most importantly, thank you for providing an environment where I feel I can truly be myself and feel comfortable being myself. For providing an environment where I was able to excel, achieve high levels of performance, and tap into my true potential. As I conclude, I stress, I urge you all to continue to find those like you, but to also continue to reach out to those who are not. Diversity allows room for variation. Variation allows for acceptance, and acceptance allows for individuality. For if we can all be accepted for who we are, there's no need to be the same. There's no need to be labeled. You can be free. You can be you. And finally, being you is okay. Only then can you truly focus on being the best at what you want to be. Job well done, class of 2013. Without a doubt in my mind, do I know that we've earned this moment. Make it all that you can. Smile until it hurts when you walk across that stage, because this moment only marks one of many to come. It's been fun, so reminisce on it. Back to those bit for Camp Greenville, or to gym class and health class with Mr. Bibb, or Spanish with Mr. Udice. To the daily 6-period schedule, to never have a freshman seminar, to the good old bingo rap, to the notorious hard word pays off. But don't get too caught up and forget everything else from this year as well. Surviving presentation night, chip witches asking to help them help you, and the disappearance of the spirit stick. And with these thoughts and memories, I say, stay classy, Brashier.
Graduation is a dignified celebration of your students' accomplishments for the last 12 years of school. Their accomplishments came with the support of family and friends. Therefore, we want to honor you, as well as our graduates, by having you stand when your student's name is called. We also want you to respect each student honored, so we ask that you refrain from clapping or cheering until every graduate has been acknowledged. We want to make sure that each family hears their graduate's name called. Bradley Fred Biera, valedictorian, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Kreitziger, salutatorian, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Catherine Diane Tolman, graduating third in the senior class, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Amber Lynn Hall, graduating fourth in the senior class, summa cum laude. Catherine Suzanne Clark, graduating fifth in the senior class, summa cum laude. Samuel Christopher Marshall, graduating sixth in the senior class, summa cum laude. Brandon Gorda Biera, graduating seventh in the senior class, summa cum laude. Christopher Mitchell Godfrey Tom, in absentia, graduating eighth in the senior class, summa cum laude. Kristen Alexis Goforth, graduating ninth in the senior class, summa cum laude. Jonathan Richard Leach, graduating 10th in the senior class, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Christian Tyler Athey. Vanessa Antonietta Avila. Jackson Trevor Bailey. Abigail Jillian Beggs, summa cum laude. Kara Grace Beverly. Amanda Marie Bain. Anna Colleen Brissett, magna cum laude. Lauren Gray Brissett, cum laude. Morgan Brooke Bridwell. Asia Marie Burrows, magna cum laude. Travis James Carrico. Timothy Joseph Citino, cum laude. Allie Michelle Connor, magna cum laude. John Andrew Conroy. Marcus Dane Cook. Vita Ruth Frenette Cordero. Kyle Jacob Cox, cum laude. Sydney Michelle Crowley. James Connor Davidson. Jill Patricia Denouter. Jacob Michael DeWile. Alexis Corian Donald. Barbara Christine Dos Santos. Caitlin Noel Edwards. Nicholas Perry Estes, summa cum laude. Ian Marlon Flower. Shannon Nicole Forehand, magna cum laude. Abby Nicole Frazier. Victoria Jean Getzy. Savannah Brooke Gooch. Daniel Andrew Grabowski. Amber Nicole Griffith, magna cum laude. Trevor Derek Harmsberger. Tasia Hill Jackson. Taja Hill Jackson. Seth David Howe. Alyssa Carol Hoyt. Addison Marshall Hughes. Jonathan Tyler Hurst, in absentia, magna cum laude. Deasia LaChasman Jackson. Zachary Ryan Jewell. Haley Rebecca Jones. Lexia K. Klinghagen, cum laude. Christopher David Lancaster, magna cum laude. Alexa Suzanne Leopold. Kiera Raquel Lindsay, magna cum laude. Nicholas James Linville. Abigail Ann Lockridge. Gabrielle Adelaide Mavitt, magna cum laude. Joseph Gordon Matthews, magna cum laude. Todd Patrick Matthews. Spurgeon Andrew Madison. Erin Sarah Mays, cum laude. Jaron Christopher McKinney. Diana Nicole McKinney, summa cum laude, also receiving a South Carolina Academic Honors Award. Shelby Lynn Mott. Jamie Caroline Murray. Julianne Marie Negavetti. Colin Stephen James Nelson. Ashlyn Cora Owenby. Benjamin Austin Paget. Bradley Alexander Paget. Zachary Arthur Pennington. Jared Warren Pierce. Tyler Raymond Quinn. Emily Marie Rising. Katrina Elizabeth Riddle. Leah Michelle Rigsby, cum laude. Maria Jose Rodriguez Soto. Ethan Calvin Rudder. Catherine Ann Saunders. Christopher David Sewell, magna cum laude. Dia Brianna Sharper. Samuel Cole Shoemaker. Nicholas Parker Sisson. Benjamin Allen Slagle. Michael Vincent Stemple. Caitlin Elizabeth Stevens. Megan Diane Stoddard. Jadine Brooke Storer, summa cum laude. Jacob Evan Torres. Megan Blake Torres. Natalie Nicole Urim. Jenna Faye Webb, cum laude. Jacob Arthur Weir. Lauren Taylor Wellbrock. Chloe Alexis Wham. Darielle Mariah Wilson. Timothy Daniel Wortman, cum laude. Ryan Alexander Wright. The director of the Brashier campus of Greenville Tech is here to award this degree. Jonathan Leach is receiving an Associate of Science degree.
With the class of 2013, please rise. At this time, as the principal of Brashier Middle College Charter High School, I certify that you have completed all of the requirements placed before you by the state of South Carolina and our charter. As a result, it gives me great pleasure to declare you the class of 2013 graduates of Brashier Middle College Charter High School. You may now move your tassels, and please join me in congratulating this tremendous group of students.
explicitly stated in his commencement speech at Wellesley High School in 2012, "There's nothing exceptional about us. We are but a few of the 17 to 18-year-old students that are graduating this year. And after graduation, what is there? College? More than likely, none of us will make as much money as Eminem, who didn't even graduate high school. And for those of you who don't know who Eminem is, John Travolta didn't graduate high school either. So what's the point, right? My point is that this is just the starting line. We've made the grades, we've completed the extracurricular activities, and now we've got the diploma. What we choose to do with all of these experiences that have helped us grow these past 4 years is what really matters. Each of us has the capability of achieving the unachieved and discovering the undiscovered. We have just graduated high school. Just imagine what we can accomplish. We must use what we have learned at Brashier to push ourselves beyond the boundaries expected of us. And I'm not talking about the memorized biology vocab, or the algebra formulas, or even senior projects. I'm talking about the meaningful life lessons given to us by influential people sitting right there in front of us that have gotten us to the stage today. Let us not forget the outstanding teachers and parents that have prepared us for accomplishing the impossible. We should look back only to remember who inspired us in the first place. The future is full of numerous opportunities begging to be taken. It is your choice whether to seize the day and embrace the beauty of this starting line right here and now. So forget the dogmas, stereotypes, and assumptions that shape society's perception of us. It is our time to break that mold and discover our own path and create our own destiny. Let us show what we have prepared for this unsuspecting world as we incorporate what we have learned these past 4 years. Let us use the knowledge and intellect we have cultivated in the high school years to discover and pursue our passions and to follow our hearts, because in the end, that is the only true key to happiness.
If you don't think this rap applies to your life, then realize it all's both you and me. We got the best electives to classes at the college for 2013, and we're rolling pretty solid. At the rate we're going, we'll have finished college early. I'm being completely serious, and don't call me Shirley. We're just chillin', making high school look so simple. We're gonna party, make them show the temples. Our brains are smart, with a wit to match. Your miss is where we're gone, so don't get attached. This rap is a message from a number full of light. My rhymes are as tough as a football team sight. I add life to my khakis and my plain black shirt. My style and my grace, the students will learn. We roll up in a car, we don't take the school bus. When we walk through the store, our eyes just to walk. We'll never make any difference. We're always on time. So let's go say, did you leave on a dime? 12th grade year, I can't believe that it's here. I had help from my peers. It's been blood, sweat, and tears. If you don't already know, then you're at the BMC. This is Brashier music. Here we go. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. The place called Brashier. After we go with the with the dash, we're so using the flash of a actor. Clash with the other student, it's pretty easy. Smart, start cruising in front of the rest of the student body. I walk through the Monday like I'm a moving zombie. Don't mess with the same class. Sitting in the back, getting rowdy with the bouncy. I told the team about it. We got some academics, so you know we got some sports. We got the balance and the books and the shorts. Throwing myself off the balcony, screaming, hey, please tell me you can go talk in my black clothes, so forget about it. I'll be always till I die. As soon as we're untouchable, no need to think the truth. If we roll up in a car, we don't take the school bus. When we walk through the store, BMC, this is Brashier music. Everybody follow me. We got the smartest people. We're the best school from Smith Kennedy. Came with college crew. Like a true G from the B, cause I MC, I put hard work pays off to a new degree. While I walk across the hall, get the teachers away. I grab my little pencil, cause my pencil's ink. While these difficult teachers travel through the night to go, I keep the grades staying up. Yeah.